everybody, and welcome to another episode of Over the Cup podcast, a Formula One podcast for fans old and new by Formula One fans old and new. Today, with my team of esteemed colleagues, Shaguni and Honey Badger, we are discussing Saudi Arabian GP.
Who are these esteemed colleagues you keep
I
mentioning about?
just
Why are they-
mentioned your names. And
Nice
a
validation.
divided house today because Honey Badger actually enjoyed the race. I enjoyed the vibes because I went for a watch along. And Shaguni, how did you feel about the race in your sad
Uh,
state of Gujarat?
So, what Honey Badger said just before we started recording, that it was better than all the other Saudi GPs. It's like saying my burnt pizza is not as burnt as it is always.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
It's
That's
like
that's how you.
I can still eat the pepperoni and olives from the top.
Okay, fair. Okay.
Thank you for the apt description of the GP.
Man, did not see that coming, but Shakuni, your wit and humor is on point as always. So, are
Thank
we
you.
starting from pre-weekend or are we starting from the
Pre-weekend, I
race
think
weekend?
something happened na pre-weekend में वो कुछ Hamilton and all, the Mercedes saga.
Yeah, the Mercedes fan letter.
Hmm.
Mercedes was basically like, guys, calm the fuck down. Like, we get it, but can you just like calm the fuck down?
So I think Mercedes, the problem with Mercedes is that they know what's wrong and they know how much they have messed up, and now they don't know how, if they can resolve it by end of this year.
Okay. So while we
Yeah.
are at it, some news came out recently, right? Like couple of hours ago. Before, like we are recording this. We are recording this on Thursday.
Mm.
So some news came by which says Mercedes sacked the wind tunnel,
Yeah.
the ones who are working in the wind tunnel closely because of their miscalculations. The car is kind of slow owing to their miscalculations only, and they cannot what do we say? They cannot make
change
this
everything. Like at least the chassis they cannot change until 2024.
not exactly. So they cannot make up for this error until 2024. So that's a big blow.
Which I'm like, who's doing these calculations by hand? Like, how do you make a mistake? Like, I can understand overlooking something, but aren't they using computers for everything? Like, just guys, like, do a manager review. Like, do a second check. Like,
Mansi,
have more scrutiny on what I do.
Maybe somebody might have dropped a chutney or something onto the laptop.
You never know. Maybe.
Maybe somebody spilled
the entire
coffee.
wind tunnel team. I think the entire wind tunnel team, like including the manager and everyone, fucked up. So I think they've fired the entire
they can't
wind
fire
tunnel
the
team.
entire team, man. Somebody has to still work in the wind tunnel to get this shit right. Like whatever they can do this year, they have to get that shit right. But like they can't. Yeah, I know. It's painful, man. But it's okay. Like I can't complain about Red Bull domination being a Mercedes fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, I am enjoying the Red Bull domination. To be very honest, just because there is a team battle going on, and I want to see where the Red Bull, is going, because it is very clear as of now that they are favoring Max because they gave wrong information to Checo.
Yeah.
So it is very clear, and now I want to see how the fans are, going to react because of all the stupid hate that I have gotten from the Red Bull fans all these years. I want to see what happens now.
We'll come to that. We'll discuss that in detail.
Yeah. It is redemption time for me. It is redemption.
It was redemption for Checo though. Congratulations, Checo, on your redemption for Saudi Arabia.
Great.
Yeah. So Mercedes was like, okay, guys, we are taking care of it. Charles got a 10-place grid penalty, which is like, man, it's sad.
So when is that point? When is the right time you feel not empathetic towards Charles anymore?
Man, I don't think I've stopped feeling empathetic for him.
No,
I stopped.
I have an
I
answer
stopped
for this.
already. I
I
stopped
have an
already.
answer for this. In any race where Charles doesn't abuse the hell out of his race engineer, I will not empathize.
No, he's too much
Because
Hufflepuff energy to abuse him. But like, yeah, like even
Mm.
Saudi, he was like, man, you gotta tell me before. But it's also like, shouldn't he know that? Like, isn't that like a pretty standard thing? It wasn't something that he was being asked to do, which is like very different. Like because
No.
no. Actually, to
yeah,
be very honest, no. To be very honest, if he would have, like, if he had the information, he would have been a little faster and he could have caught Lewis before, like, in the when Lewis was getting out, or maybe in a couple of laps, because that was possible. But here, Mercedes got a free undercut.
Oh, that way. I mean, it's
Also,
just
but
Ferrari being Ferrari.
no, these things happen. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
call Ferrari. Apart from that error, I don't think Ferrari fucked up much this
No.
this
It
race.
was only
To be
that
frank,
one. It was
Yeah,
only
it
that
is
one.
only
It was
that
only that
thing.
one.
and
I
everything
mean,
else was smooth only.
they changed Carlos's and Charles's power unit just as a precaution. So
Yeah. So that's okay. But a similar kind of thing happened in 2018 also in Australia, where Lewis
yeah.
was in the pits and Lewis was following the safety car, and Vettel came out of pits, and Hamilton found Vettel ahead of him. So these things happen. These things happen to the best of the team. So I'm not saying
Yeah,
Ferrari is the
think-
best of the team right now, but okay.
Yeah, I think Ferrari has fucked it way too much in last year. So like,
See,
like, the smallest thing
Ferrari-
is like, oh my god, Ferrari, get your shit together.
Exactly. No.
So-
Ferrari fucked up so much that these errors are feeling like okayish for us. For me, at
Yeah,
least.
and like you've become so insensitive towards him. Like, yeah, just another Tuesday, man. What are you cribbing about? You wait for this. It's just a second race.
Ferrari,
And
Ferrari
first
fans,
driver-
Ferrari fans to Charles. First time.
First time.
They can't say that to Charles, man. Come on. The guy has been suffering since 2019.
Come on, Ferrari fans are suffering since.
Since Shumi retired.
No. So yeah. So I want to tell something here. So the fuck ups in the past weren't this bad actually. So until
True.
2018,
True.
it was okay. It was manageable, but last year was a pure clown show. It was a complete circus.
Yeah, I think we are going to have a close competition between FIA and Ferrari for the clown show, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Let's get to qualifying because I want a good time for an FIA rant because it's just like, again, it's like another episode for us. Like it has to happen.
Yeah.
Like I'll be like the day FIA does everything right, I don't think we'll have any content for the podcast, no matter how exciting.
The way I see it is like Ferrari having a fuck up is directly proportional to us having a rant on FIS.
Yep.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
It's looking
Yeah.
like that.
Ferrari
Yeah.
and FIA never fail to amaze us.
Yep. So let's talk about qualifying. Man, that McLaren, sad, but
It's a
Piastri.
tractor. It's a tractor. It is a
But
tractor.
man, Piastri got it into Q3. Fuck. Fuck.
Okay, but it's
But like, I mean, if he finished outside of points, but still, like, I mean, like when you look at last year and like all the hype around Lando, I'm not saying he's a bad driver, but all this thing about like Lando being the McLaren golden boy and everything, and it just felt good that somebody, for once at least, out qualified him. And how? Like Norris got out in Q1, Piastri went until Q3 at
Q3,
least.
yeah.
Yeah. So felt good.
Good qualifying.
I was like, it's an Australian out qualifying Lando Norris, the wrong Australian that I would have wanted, but it's an Australian nonetheless. I'll take what I get. Yeah,
Mark
but
Webber
I
is somewhere
think
proud.
even Daniel Ricciardo is sitting in his McDuck vault of 18 million and just enjoying, man.
Did you think Danny would race this on the Saudi weekend when you heard the news of Verstappen having some trouble with his stomach or something like that.
Yeah.
There was
I mean, I
I
assumed
did.
that,
I did. I did.
I
I did.
thought
I did.
that if he wasn't able to,
But it
I,
was just a 1 day thing, right? He had to he wasn't at the track on Thursday. From Friday he was available and he was
I
ready to
mean,
drive.
yeah, I
we
think
all
it
know
feels
that
like he just.
Verstappen is a points whore, so he will not let it go.
No, but like
Mhm.
when there are like those days when you just get up in the morning and you're like, I don't want to go to work today, and so you call up and you say, yeah, man, I'm just not feeling well. You call up your manager, you're like, yeah, I'm not feeling well, don't want to come to work, won't be able to come to work. Felt like that to me. Like Verstappen was like, "Arey, fuck it, who will do the track walk? That too without bikes." Which like buskill FIA, man. Why are you banning bikes? Like, are you telling me that they're going to do a track walk on a 7 kilometer long spa circuit on foot? Nobody's going to do track walks. Anyways, I think the thing that got everybody most hyped about qualifying was Max Verstappen's drive shift problems. And
Drive shaft, yeah.
yeah, I don't want to get my hopes up, man, because if you remember, like even last year, first 3 races, they had such shit reliability. We're like, oh, this is going to be an interesting battle. And then Red Bull was like, yeah, fixed it. Okay, cool. And now we're going
And we
to
all
win.
know how that went.
Yep. I don't want to get my hopes up now. I'm like, let me see, at least like still 7-8 races. If reliability is a problem here and there, then maybe I'll be like, this can turn interesting. But it's a Red Bull 1-2 in the constructor in the drivers championship right now, and by 1 point.
I've already come to the mindset that this season will be boring and no hopes for this season. Let's start the other season soon.
Yeah. This is going to be like the 2013 Vettel season, but on steroids. This is going to be like that.
We are just 2 races into the season, and I'm getting the feeling of we are having a long way to go. Really long way to go.
Yeah, man. This is like 6
I am
sprint
not feeling that.
races.
I am just feeling a bit opposite of it. I don't know why. I think there are going to be a few surprise race, like surprises in the races. I don't know why, but I think it will not be as easy as we are predicting for Max.
No, like I mean, the only thing I'm looking forward to is Alonso getting a cheeky win here and there. That is the only thing. Like I don't think like that Aston Martin is a good car, but I don't think Stroll is going to do much in that. Maybe a podium here or there in case Red Bull has a reliability problem or something like that. I don't know. Their strategy is on point, man. Hannah Schmidt, what a boss. But yeah, that's for me. It's like just that.
I will be satisfied with this season if this season gave me like a something something similar to Silver War 2016.
Yeah.
I'll be pretty satisfied with that.
Silver War 2016 was boss. It was good.
And the situation also is kind of same in the garage at the moment.
Yeah.
Similar. So
I won't say somewhat. I would go to the length of saying it is similar. Because it is very bad. But see, the war of 2016 war, the Mercedes were not favoring anyone, at least.
Oh no, they were.
I don't think so. They
clearly were.
They clearly were. Like there is, like if they weren't, then like Nico Rosberg is even more of an asshole if he just keeps talking about the fact that he beat Lewis Hamilton in equal machinery. But like they clearly were, and that's why him beating Lewis Hamilton in equal machinery is so what do you say, like so special and important. And like
the only thing that helped Nico in that whole season was Hamilton's reliability issues. That's it. He got lucky there. I mean, not taking anything away from Rosberg though. He was pretty brilliant race on race. Every weekend he was putting his best out there. But combined with the Hamilton's reliability issues,
Malaysia 2016.
But man, I that's the only season Hamilton had all the bad luck, and still he was finding himself in P2 at the end of the championship. It's mind-boggling, actually. actually.
Yeah, I want Perez to do a Nico Rosberg and like just take the championship away. Like,
I want a 2018 Baku repeat for Red Bull.
no
Ooh.
man, why?
I
Baku
want
is
it.
a sprint weekend.
Sprint weekend.
Yeah, this
It's
time
okay. No,
Baku.
I just want it in race. I just want them to crash and
Double
Alonso to
victory.
win.
Alonso victory, and Alonso victory is going to come. But I think like even in Saudi, I think Alonso got a phenomenal start and kept the lead for a while. But that Red Bull is too powerful, too fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, the worst thing was I was like I had like this big fucking screen on which I was watching the race. The commentary was a little bit shitty, as in like it wasn't very clearly audible, but it's okay. And then I took my laptop. I had the data pane open on my laptop. I had good beers. I had good company, and then these two fucking Red Bull fans came and sat on a table, like because there was like it was it was more like, and they asked me, so like I initiated conversation with them, and it was like who do you support? I said Mercedes, and he's like still, and I'm like, how dare you ask
What
me
the
that
fuck is
question?
still? What the
It's
fuck
like,
is still?
what the fuck is, you have no integrity if you're still supporting a team that cheated. You're
Come on, dude.
questioning
I would
me.
support. I mean, so I am very much, like a loyal fan. So, for example, take Barca, for example, or Mercedes. If they are doing bad, or if they are not performing, or if something comes up, I'll still, praise
Yeah,
them.
I mean, look
Yeah.
at Harry Badger. He's not
Yeah.
changed his
Oh
allegiances
no.
from Ferrari.
I was trying to escape from the conversation, but still somehow got pulled
But
in.
no, but what I'm saying is that these Red Bull fans are so fuck all. Like, where's the loyalty?
No, it was like a friendly banter. He was not accusing me of anything, because otherwise, let me tell you, I had enough people around me who would have kicked his ass on my behalf. But yeah, it
But I
was
mean,
friendly banter.
still
But I was
they are
still like,
DTS fans. Like, they are majority DTS fans. So I mean,
Exactly.
I can say that.
That is
no,
what I was
no. So
going to say.
it was a very unique combination. So I had gone with a friend who was watching. This was going to be like his first race, and he
Oh,
was
okay.
there with his friend for whom that was going to be his first race. Like we were both like there were like two people who are like very much into the sport, and like he could have been a DTS fan, because I opened my laptop, I put out the data pane, and I was like, hey, here, like you can also watch it. So like I kept it in such a way that all four of us would be able to see it. And he was like, oh, so you are like proper F1 fan. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that rings of DTS. But in all fairness, I'm also a DTS. I'm a DTS convert F1 fan.
Yeah.
Now there has to be a category, a separate category.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I was nerding out, and I was like paying close attention to what lap times they were doing, because even in the race, when it was like, when after the pit stop, when Lewis was on mediums and George was on hards, I'm like, clearly they're going to make them exchange places. But then I saw their lap times, and I was like, yeah, okay, it doesn't make sense. Like if Lewis is able to overtake George, well and good, like fair. But like I was like, team orders do not make sense, because there wasn't too much of a difference in their lap time. So
Yeah.
In this race, I didn't understand one thing.
Hmm.
So why were Mercedes so okay with George and Lewis just, hanging out? Like, I didn't see them push even a little.
They don't have the car to push.
No, I think they had. Like, I think George, if he
What are
tried,
you saying,
he
man?
could have
No.
reached close to Alonso. Come on, 5 seconds. Itna bhi slow nahi hai Mercedes.
It
Come
was,
on,
it
bro.
was, it was, it was. Like I was looking at the lap times, like, yeah, Alonso was faster than George. How do you think he built that gap? And Alonso pushed like
5
hell
seconds.
with the prospect of that penalty. And I mean, like, we'll get to that FIA rant in a bit. But yeah, that Mercedes was, the Mercedes was not good. What do you say? Like, Lewis qualified 8th. They did not have single lap pace. They did not have race pace. Didn't have anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, something I found surprising was that Ferrari was nowhere. That was a bigger shock to me. I did not expect anything. I was expecting like Mercedes to finish 8th and 9th, because I was like, the Red Bulls, then the Astons, and then Ferrari, and then Mercedes people are going to finish. That's how I thought the final
Ferrari
classification
will
would look.
struggle in streets this year. I think they might do well in circuits like Silverstone, Belgium, etc. But I think they are going to struggle in the streets somehow. This is the fastest street circuit, and there is no there is no race pace at all. So I am thinking of something like similar lines for what do we have? Baku as well.
Baku.
Baku, Monaco.
But like the sprint race will not be fun in Baku if this is how far apart. I think sprint races should not be on circuits this early on because the teams haven't brought any upgrades. Like you find out who's kind of where, and then like give the teams a time to upgrade and like close the gap a little bit, because sprints are fun when racing is close, when you have the option to overtake. Baku, I think like the sprint weekend is going to be a big disappointment, which is sad.
Next is
because
Baku, right?
No,
Is
next
it
is Australia
Spain?
and then Baku.
Oh, Melbourne. Why?
Yeah.
But last time we had around like fifth race, I think, right? Melbourne.
No, I was
No,
third.
no. After Middle East, it is the Melbourne.
Australia.
Okay. I was thinking next race is Baku.
No. Baku
Okay.
is, I think, after Australia. Then there's one. Then
After
there's
Australia.
Baku.
Yeah. So after Australia, there is a 3-week break, by which time I hope you guys would have finished watching Drive to Survive season 5, because we will be doing a review of
Oh, come on.
that
please.
awful season.
we
No,
have to
you
watch
have
it?
to. Yes, you have to watch it. Yeah, I know it's a tough life. But
The evolution of my hatred towards Drive to Survive. When the first season released, I was sharing it like hell to everyone, asking them, pestering them to watch it at least for one episode so that they can get interest, at least not for the sport but for the content itself, because season 1 was such a banger.
Season 1 was so good, man. Like I'm telling you, if season 3 was season 1 or season 4, or like from whatever I've heard of season 5, if those 3 seasons were the first seasons, I don't think I would have liked the sport as much. I don't think I would have gotten into Formula One so much. I would have been like, yeah,
DTS.
okay. Yeah, but like if not for those good, well-made seasons.
Understood,
Like I think
understood.
2020 was like just a boring season in general because nothing happened. It was happening in the middle of a pandemic and all that shit. But like season 4, and I mean I don't have
21 they fucked it up.
But like 21, it was not possible for them to, and I mean, yeah, they did. Like McLaren, okay, we've done it multiple times. Let's not get
let's not repeat it.
Let's not repeat it. Also, welcome to all the new followers. We have gotten quite a few. Hello, thank you for listening.
Hello Ji. Thank you for listening. You make me cry. Thank you.
Yeah, and Shakuni is a stone cold bitch. So if you made him cry, that's something. Yes. So should we just skip to the FIA run?
The stage is yours.
We both will go on mute. You can.
Man, like the worst thing is that I'm with my friend who's there for his first race, okay? And he's like just watching me lose my shit all the way from start, because like initially I lost my shit because it was more about Alonso getting a penalty, which I was sad about because I was like, oh my god, he has the lead and it's like so exciting, and I didn't expect much from other teams. So I was like, okay, it's going to be Alonso versus the Red Bulls and blah blah. And then the entire race happened. Then I cribbed about the safety car.
Alonso the penalty. Do you know? I liked it that they gave Alonso the penalty because at least they are consistent. Wrong consistent, but consistent.
No, but like that is a separate issue altogether, because it was Ocon last race weekend, it was Alonso this weekend, and even Ocon last race weekend, after he had a discussion with the stewards, he said that it's very difficult from the car, like for them to even judge where the car is supposed to stop and shit like that. So like that is a separate discussion altogether. But like my friend is watching me lose my shit because I'm like, okay, he got a penalty, and I was like, okay, valid penalty. It was like Alonso was way out of his box. So yeah, valid. I'm not saying that it wasn't a valid penalty. And then safety car, I lost a little bit of my shit as to why it was a safety car and not a VSC, because Stroll was literally at the exit. I was like, there's literally
again. Yeah. It is coming together this season also. Verstappen has to win the race, right?
Yeah. And I mean, still he couldn't.
But come on. Okay, wait. I just one question. How big of an asshole is Stroll? Just 10 meters, if he would have gone inside, it was inside the barricade.
No, but like it's not Stroll's fault. Like, he could have stopped anywhere at any exit and it should have still been a VSC. That's the point. Like, Stroll,
yes.
it wasn't. Stroll did the responsible thing. He was like, okay, my car is going to stop. So rather than me topping the race for so long under a safety car and shit like that, I will take it to the nearest exit and I will exit from the car and the race does not have to, like, at worst, I saw that and I was like, okay, this is going to be a yellow flag or a VSC. And I was like, safety car? Like, what? And then I ranted for 15 minutes in front of my friend who's watching the race for the first time with me. And then I was like, you know what? This pissed me off so much. Let's go for a smoke. And I ordered another beer because I was like, like, just getting too annoying for me.
But everyone was shocked. Even the commentators, Twitter, everyone was like, wait.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. Like, it was so apparent that it was not like any rational person who's watched Formula One for so like even DTS fans.
Yeah, even DTS
fans were like,
no.
Yeah, this was a virtual safety car. Like, the guy who was sitting there with me, the Red Bull fan, was like, it was a VSC. But okay. And then they waited until lap 49 of 50 to say, Alonso, you did not do that penalty right.
Yeah.
And I was like, what like, what was happening in the race that was so interesting that the race stewards were like, yeah, no, gotta keep an eye on this. And okay, this was okay, first of all, this was the revelation to me. Apparently now you can serve your penalty under the safety car. This is a stupid rule. Like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay.
But that just defeats the purpose of the entire penalty and everything.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
why
exactly.
Yeah, there's like that rule just does not make any sense. Like, okay, cool.
Come on, FIA.
Like, for whatever reason, I don't even know when that rule changed, but like, for whatever reason, it has changed. And then they waited for so fucking long, and then it's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing that happened in the US. They were like, oh, Alonso, we are going to take this back from you, and then 2 days later, they were like, oh, Alonso, we are going to give it back to you. So like, my friend saw me start ranting about the FIA from lap 49. Then the race got over. Then he was like, okay, we'll stay for another round of beers and then we are going to leave. And then I got the news while on my last beer that George got the podium place. And I ranted a little bit and I was like, this is unfair for Alonso because he could have at least tried to create that gap of 10 seconds. And then by the time I got home, Alonso so he heard me again and he must have been like, thank God my friends are understanding, man. They would have kicked me out and was like, I don't want a lunatic to stay in my house. It's like losing a shit every 15 minutes because the FIA cannot make a goddamn decision. And like, the decision was reversed on a technicality. They were like, oh, so we have fucked this up in the past. Okay, so it's not valid for us to fuck it up now. And I'm like, what?
So, but that's FIA. I mean, come on, did you expect anything different?
Yes, I constantly expect them to do better because I'm like, surely this has to be the last straw. Surely
then you are
this
the
is
problem. Then you are the problem. Sorry.
My expectation from FIA is the same way Honey Badger expects Ferrari every year to get its shit together. Like, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, and we get disappointed every single race weekend. It's the same
Then
thing.
you are both at fault. Sorry. Both the teams have told you many times they are not going to change.
Man, it's like crazy. It's like the race is not over for at least another hour, 2 hours because they take like forever to give out a decision.
You are forgetting it. If it would have been Mac, the decision would have been much quicker. The problem is Alonso
Exactly.
is not Mac. That's Alonso's problem. He's not Mac.
Can we just not do the entire thing? Can we just like skip all the traveling and like the greenhouse emissions and this and that? And can we just have a very carbon neutral year and just say, Max Verstappen, you are the 2023 champion of the world Formula One. Okay, 2024. Cool. I am okay to not watch the next however many. Man, there are like fucking 21 races left. Fucking kidding me.
Nice.
I can't. I will literally, I'm telling you, I will develop a high blood pressure problem if I continue watching the sport for so long.
It is a problem.
It's not one of my very good rants. This is like very much all over the place. Yeah. I've run out of things to say. How much do you want me to abuse them? Run out of being creative also in abusing them.
After a point, you won't rant also.
Yeah, I'm like just another Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll reach that point soon.
Oh my God.
I've reached that point with Ferrari, so you'll reach that point soon with FIA.
Yeah, and like what are the things that they're paying attention on? Like the only good content that we can get out of a Formula One weekend, which is like somebody doing something goofy while on a track walk, while going on their fancy little electric scooters and shit like that. And they were like, nope, we're not going to give you wholesomeness at all at any race weekend. We are just going to make you miserable because we cannot get our fucking shit together. And we are just entitled pieces of shit who are just ruining a game for an entire segment of fans. And by that I mean non-DTS fans who've been watching it for a very long time, and one me DTS convert who cannot stand this shit week in and week out. Yeah, that felt more like a normal FIA rant to me. Okay, thank you for coming to my TED Talk anyways.
Yay!
Yeah, man, I've just
Kaisa
run out
laga?
of things to say. Like,
How does it feel? How
it
does
is
it
not
feel?
even satisfying now. Like I'm like it has gotten so frustrating that I'm glad that there is a week's break in Australia. Like it's so frustrating for me that I'm like I'm happy that there is a break. Like 2020, I remember I used to be like, oh man, it's so difficult to wait for a race weekend. Ah, fuck. I mean, I understand they have to like travel and everything, but like yeah, I can't wait for the next race. And now I'm like, thank you for giving us this relief because I need a break from like this hypertension of like just FIA, just get your shit together. Apparently, this thing came from that VAR thing. You know, this thing that Alonso did not serve his penalty right came from the Geneva, like the virtual race control room that is based in Geneva. And I'm like, what are you running on, man? Pentium 5. Like, what the fuck? What is that speed of decision?
Arey,
Like,
whoa. So they said you did not see it. They sent a pigeon. That poor pigeon flew from Geneva all the way to Saudi.
oh man.
You are not
This
that
is like
attractive.
Game
That's
of
your
Thrones
fault.
season 8 all over again. But this time I am sad that they are slow. Game of Thrones season 8, they were too fast. But yeah, anyways, just like see the FIA incompetence brings up so much trauma for me. Like I had to make a reference to Game of Thrones season 8. 10 years of my life I gave to that series. And for what?
You have given 3 years only for this. Come on. Buckle up.
I still
Buckle up.
don't want to quit. I don't want to quit because I actually genuinely love the sport. It's just these
So it's
fucking
only
incompetent
3 years.
people who are
It's
like,
3 years, 7 years to go. Come on, 7 years.
oh my
You are still
god.
yet to see the legends of FIA.
No, I'm more excited about the UCL quarterfinal. Let's talk about that, guys. What do you think? Madrid or Chelsea?
This is not over. This is over the curb, not
Not
kicking a
kicks and
corner.
cuffs.
Not kicks and cuffs. Yeah, I think we might have to change our name. Let's just discuss football at this point. I really wanted Kramer to be here because my friend is a Chelsea fan. We're going to go for a screening. And I'm of course going to support Madrid because it's more fun if you don't support the same teams.
Yeah.
Liverpool is out, so I
Poor
have no
Liverpool.
loyalties. And I know Chelsea is going to lose. So
Well, you can't
look,
say. I
I
mean,
got
Chelsea. So so the thing is, Chelsea and Madrid both have some crazy voodoo thing that I don't know how, but
yeah.
they are able to, pull off wins out of nothing. And when you think that, oh, so they will win only, and then they go and lose. And I don't know how and what that is,
Shakuni,
but yeah.
why are you defending Chelsea? Like my friend who's a Chelsea fan does not think they're going to win.
No, but so the thing is that did you watch the El Clasico?
El Clasico, no.
Oh, you should have, because the El Clasico,
I
was
saw
so
the
sure.
highlights.
Yeah, so I was so
And
sure that before the El Clasico that Madrid is going to
Madrid
win,
was
right?
going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm a Barca fan. So just think about the pain that I would have gone before, admitting this. But
Yeah, but I mean, like they pulled it out of like it was a last minute goal. But anyways, okay. You guys just said this not kicks and curves, and now we are having a debate
yeah,
on
that's
football.
also
But like,
true.
yeah.
Coming
Yeah.
back to
Coming back to this shitty sport. Coming back to every
No, I was
shitty
going to
sport,
say
man.
the
Like
Tottenham.
even
I was going to
like
say the Tottenham of F1, Ferrari.
Tottenham of it.
That was quoted by me.
Tottenham of it.
But yes, What was happening? Leclerc was a bit faster than Sainz, I guess, right? Then shouldn't they have allowed him to go? I mean, that makes the most sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, man, I don't know. Like I want that old era of team orders to come back. I want somebody to get into their villain era. Like, why are these team order things not happening? Oh, we have to talk about the Red Bull team orders as well for the fastest
Oh,
lap.
yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
why is Ferrari not doing this? Like Mercedes, I can understand. Like I saw the data and I was like, okay, it doesn't make sense for them to switch because Lewis was not doing much better than
Yeah,
George.
so see,
Like,
George was fast. If George would have been slow, they would have done the team
yeah, it
order in a
makes sense.
GP.
Yeah.
And
But
that
like,
is what a team should do
exactly.
because you want to
Honey
maximize the
Badger,
point.
will you get back to us on this?
Oh, yes.
He will get
I
back
agree.
to us.
Honey Badger is just like, I agree.
Honey
I
Honey
can't
Badger,
disagree.
like you asked Honey Badger, what is your opinion on Ferrari's performance? Honey Badger's like, yes.
Yes.
Yes. He's got nothing to say.
Honey
See,
Badger will, after a few races, he will turn into Gattuso and he'll be like, sometimes maybe shit, sometimes maybe good.
I am liking Ferrari this season.
Why?
It's only been 2 races, Honey Badger. Give it time.
And also, it's been 2 races since we have had any major fuck ups. So I am living my life. Let me live my
streak
life.
continues.
Longest
The
streak.
streak continues.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
And whether do you
Yeah.
think this streak will continue for long? Do you think that is possible?
Yeah, Honey Badger, I want you to wager. Like, you have to tell me
Yeah.
the race at which the streak breaks.
Oh, I will wager for
Australia.
next race only.
I said Australia. I said it.
Oh,
Honey Badger be like, I don't want to. Every race I will wager that they will fuck up.
Like Mercedes, Aston, these all will sense a win is somewhere near or a podium is somewhere near. But Ferrari senses fuck up is somewhere near.
yeah.
The
No,
major
no,
fuck up, I say.
So Honey Badger, do you think Binotto was not the problem? Like, I mean, we all know Binotto was not the only problem, but let me reframe that question. Do you think Fred has done enough to kind of sort of like start that journey off? Because he fired everybody who was part of
No,
that team.
there is still a lot of shit to clean. So he's just started wiping it. Until unless he wash it, won't be clean.
But do you think Fred Vasseur will be able to, do it, or like, I mean, get rid of every issue that Ferrari has? Because that's a big task. Ferrari has problems in, I think, almost all the major divisions. Like they are
I'm
not
on the
at
fence
the pace they were
for
last
this
year,
one.
right?
Yeah. So I am on the fence for this one. Not on the fence also, like 60-40 in favor of Fred.
Okay.
I believe he can.
Which is
kind
an
of believe he can
optimistic
do
way
it.
of saying 50-50. Let's be honest.
Okay, then I'll say 59-41.
Nice.
Or should I say 61-39?
Same difference, man. Same difference. But yeah, I think maybe, but I still think that they need to like just decide on a first driver.
No, it's not. This is not the time to decide the first driver or second driver. It's just
I mean, yeah,
getting
that is
the.
true.
I mean, there are a lot of issues, not the usual fuck ups, but the race pace is kind of gone from the last season. So I better to
that's
focus
what
on
I'm
the race
saying. Like
pace
they
first.
are,
Yeah.
they feel very, slow. Like that is not like the normal Ferrari thing that we expect out of them. Like
They were
Expected
like-
after watching what Ferrari was in 2021, like you would think they would take a step in the right direction, and like their launch event was so good.
Yeah. So
I was kind of rooting for them after just the launch event. I was like, this is fucking amazing.
I remember that because we had a conversation also, and we were all thinking like, no, this things like this could be the Ferraris here and everything. And now it
Yeah,
seems
we
like,
jinxed it.
bro, where's the pace?
We jinxed it.
I am genuinely thinking that, like, come on, there needs to be pace here. Come on, this is not what you should be doing, man. I don't know.
Yeah. I read it somewhere like Ferrari were 7/10 slower than the last year's lap average lap or the fastest lap or something like that in the race.
Damn,
that is bad. That is bad.
Going back.
That is worse than McLaren's trajectory, and that is saying something. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the Red Bull team orders, and then we'll get into predictions. So yeah,
Which
I think we
predictions?
did our predictions that we made in Saudi. for Saudi.
Oh, are we done with the podcast already?
We
No,
made
I said
predictions.
we'll talk about.
You
Yeah,
guys
we
made
did.
predictions? What?
Oh my
No one
God.
told me this.
Ah! But then let's talk about the Red Bull team orders for the fastest lap point, which put Max Verstappen at the top of the table in the Drivers' Championship, apparently.
Saucy.
So, see, yeah. I don't think the air is clear after Brazil. I don't think.
Obviously.
Yes.
Okay, you are okay. A very genuine question. We all know how Red Bull thinks. We all know how Red Bull reacts and behaves. The entire camp, I'm saying. What do you think Red Bull's next move will be, considering this fight kind of sparking now?
Oh
In
man,
it
Red Bull's
becoming
move
very
is going
clear?
to be Red Bull's move is the exact same thing. Give the best, like they start the season putting all of their eggs in Max Verstappen's basket. Like there's never even a question that Perez is going to be our world championship contender. I don't think Red Bull has started any season. Perez is like there. If something happens to Max, then they're like, okay, we don't want our competitors to get maximum points. So Perez, now you're allowed to win. But yeah, I don't think that anything's going to change. I think that even like that was the exact same thing, right? That's what Perez said. It's like if I was being given a target time, why was Max not being given the same? To be fair, they told Max that they were not worried about the fastest lap point. Max was like, but I am. And I wanted his car to fail. He was already having some problems. I was like, yes, go for the fastest lap and then we can see your car fail. That would be so satisfying. Yeah, would have wiped the smile off of the two people sitting on my table, but it's okay. Can't get everything. Next race maybe.
Yeah. What else?
So
What else
do you
we have
do
to
you
talk about?
no but like do you think this is going to be like a Vettel Weber situation?
So I think this will now become the talk of the town, and it will just create more and more animosity of sorts between Max and Checo. Even if
I
there
think
is
it's
none.
already there, man. I think it's
No,
already
no.
there.
So the thing is, if there is none, or even if there is something, even a bit there, but this controversy and all the media outlets and everyone following it, this will create a bigger one. Like this will in a way spark a bigger problem.
Yeah, I can
between the
already
two.
see an episode in Drive to Survive season 6 happening on this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
That's
like
what I'm saying.
from a racing point of view, like I guess the question I'm trying to ask is that of course we want it to be Silver Wars, but is it going to be like Vettel and Weber, or is it going to be as close as Nico and Lewis? That's the question I'm trying to ask. What is that, Shakuni? What did you say?
I think it will be like Weber and Vettel.
That's sad. That's not fun. Like, don't get me wrong, 2013 season, I mean, those donuts in India, this, that, everything, very fucking iconic, but boring season to watch.
Yeah. But because the reason why I'm saying this is that because at the end of the day, Checo will, I think, go for the, that team game. He's that kind of a guy. I don't see him being a total asshole like Max. I just don't see Checo being that. I
No,
don't
but
know
I
why.
want his villain era to start. Like, there is no other way he's beating Max. Like, he needs to be that asshole. I think he's understood after Brazil that he needs to be that asshole. He's not going to be Mr. Nice Guy anymore. Like, it doesn't serve his purpose. Like, the guy could not even give him a sixth place back. It does not matter what happened in Abu Dhabi and then the fact that Charles got the second place. We did not know that going into Abu Dhabi, right? But the guy could not even give up that place. Like, I don't think Checo is going to be Mr. Nice Guy now. He's not going to
I don't
hold
know.
off.
I think he will be. I think he will be.
No, man. Why are you? Stop making everybody saints. We want spicy.
No.
This is the only thing we can get in a season. Like
Wait,
this.
did you see the tweets he made?
Oh no.
No,
Do
I
you know
haven't
about
seen.
the tweets?
Checo?
No.
Yeah.
Oh my
Wait, what
God.
happened?
Do you know the
I'm-
story about the tweets?
No, I'm not on
No.
Twitter.
Please enlighten us.
Okay.
Don't follow.
Okay.
anything.
So I think after the race or something, he put up a long post saying that not long post, it's a Twitter post saying that it's a good win for good win for me and good win for the team. I'll be fighting whatever, so and so, blah blah blah, and I want to win the championship.
Right.
Okay. Few moments, like I don't know after how much time later, but considerably less time later only, he again deleted the tweet and reposted it again without that last line. I want to win the champion. With that line wasn't there.
Ooh, damn.
You didn't see this tweet or what? I
No.
thought you would have seen it.
Man, I need to start I need to come back on Twitter. Come. Shit,
No,
man.
but I mean, like in general, I just don't follow anything Red Bull because it's fucking.
Let me check for the
No.
actual tweet.
Oh
I don't
damn! Team orders. This is the real team order we should be talking about.
see. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Even the tweets and everything. Also, he's okay with taking things down.
Yeah, but he's also
Not
in
going to
that.
be the. He's not the that asshole that we want. He is that
Yeah,
Mr. Good guy.
I don't think he's Mr. Good Guy. I think it is also the fact that Red Bull has Daniel Ricciardo to get into that second seat, man. It's not like Red Bull does not have the option.
Danny.
If
Okay.
maybe Daniel Ricciardo
Danny
was
is a
not
saving
there,
grace. Danny is a saving grace. Danny is doing nothing for Red Bull. He is just a saving grace. He is not going to sit in that second seat ever. And if you think that he is,
no. I'm not asking you to think it from a Red Bull point of view. I'm asking you to think it from a Sergio Perez point of view. Like, if Sergio Perez is like too much of a, I don't know, like a rebel,
come on,
there is
Perez knows.
there is a
Knows
good
it that
chance.
Perez knows that Danny is never getting in that seat.
Yeah, so I don't think there is going to be an extension for Sergio Perez this year.
Yeah, it is not going to be an extension for Perez, that's a for sure. But I also think that this what's his name? Danny is
Ricardo.
also not coming. Yeah, Danny is also not coming. It's
Oh, they
just
don't have a
going to.
junior. They don't have a junior who's ready.
But I think they will, like, for a season or something, they will like promote someone or do some stupidity.
No,
Yeah. They are not
no.
bringing.
Red Bull are in a position right now that they can literally win every single championship up until 2026. They don't want to fuck it up. They actually want Max to, like, how many championships would it become? Like 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 5 championships. Literally going to be classified as quote unquote the greatest, or like will be talked about in the like his
Okay,
name would be as big as your Sennas and your Laudas and Schumachers. So like that's what they want.
I don't want that.
Okay, I pulled up the tweet.
Yes.
So that's written in, unfortunately, that's written in Mexican.
Translate the tweet, man.
Yeah, no. I had a screenshot. Yeah, so it's written in Mexican. I think the last line is something about champion only. So someone translated it and it said, I want to be champion. And later the champion thing was removed.
Yeah. So if you scroll and look at the others, other photos in that post, there are like the translated ones. Oh, I want to be champion. Oh, fuck. Yeah. So this is going to be Weber. This is going to be a Weber battle. That's not fun. 2013, and like, wasn't fun watching it back. Would have been cool to watch it live, at least in India. Sebastian doing those donuts and everything. But yeah. Anyways, let's talk about one last thing. Is Lewis saying that Red Bull is the fastest car in Formula One of all time, and Ted Kravitz agreeing with that statement. But
what do you think, guys?
It is true.
Think,
Huh? What?
Yeah, Red Bull is very fast. Come on.
But is it the fastest car of all time?
See, I would just say this. If this new regulation is supposed to make the cars faster than the hybrid era, then yeah, of course. I mean, the new rate cars, Red Bull has been the most dominant car. So yeah, it is fastest of all time. Like the time has anything before the hybrid era was anyways slow.
So
in
guys,
comparison.
so take it relatively, no? Take it relatively with the competitors.
Oh, in that sense, no, I think the last year's Red Bull. But then again, I would still say that this is the second race, because I was expecting Max to make up places like he made it up in Spa last year when he started from the back.
Yeah, just picking up
when he was just picking up people left, right, and center, and he was leading the race by lap 10 or whatever. That did not happen. I don't know. I don't think Saudi is a circuit where it is particularly difficult to pass, but I will also say that it's not a proper racetrack, it's a street circuit, so that adds to the difficulty level. I don't think I would 100% agree that this is representative of what the pace of that Red Bull is, but I think if such a situation was to happen at a proper racetrack where overtaking is possible, or if he starts from the back in Imola and he picks up cars left, right, and center, then I will say it is one of them. It is the fastest, like not even even one off. Like it is the fastest car of all time.
I'm surprised Hamilton told this actually.
Why?
Why? He
Just
had
because he's
like
being a
2019.
yeah. So
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
only
but like,
2019.
just because he's had 7 dominant years with Mercedes, he cannot say this.
No, I'm surprised. I'm saying
So the
because
thing
see,
is that because
I'll
Hamilton
tell you,
has
I'll tell you.
been in crazy fast cars, so coming from Hamilton, it is a
Oh,
surprise
that
that
way.
okay,
There was a meme going on going around what do we say in Insta, I think, showing the time differences, the lap time differences between the Mercedes, two of the Mercedes and the rest of the cars after the safety car restart.
Okay.
Do you want to guess how much the time difference was between Mercedes and the rest of the field?
8 seconds, 9 seconds, I know.
Yeah, 7 and 8 seconds, and this was in 2014.
Start of the regular.
2 laps from the safety car restart. That was.
Yeah,
And
I
then they
remember
were all
this.
on similar tires.
And this one. See, what if not for the similar tires? Also, 7 seconds in 2 laps is like on a different level, right?
Yeah.
How much you could make up? How much you could make up in 2 laps? Maximum of 3 seconds, even if the tire advantage.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they
so
were gaining like 7.
They were
That's
gaining
one thing.
7 or 8.
And again, 2020, he had the most dominant car in the F1 history, I believe, until now, with the DAS
Yeah, but
system and all.
That's the
And
point,
they were
right? Until now.
they were.
That, but again, like I will again say this. I think that the fact that it was a street circuit added to the difficulty, and I would still consider Max's time because the car is built around him. So we'll see. I would just say jury's still out, but I think there might be some weight in what he's saying. If nothing else, I would say it is still at par with, like, let's say the what would that be? W11.
I really want W11 to race against this Red Bull.
Oh man! What
So,
would
okay,
I not give to
do you
see
know why
that?
the Mercedes was this dominant? Because the Mercedes was not just fast in the straights, but it was also very good in the
Cornering
corners
speed,
also.
dude. Very
Yeah,
good cornering
exactly.
speed.
But
Not the
whereas I
straight
think what
line
Hamilton
speed.
is meaning is the straight line speed. That Red Bull has some fucking crazy straight line speed. It
Yeah,
just
actually, when
zooms
he talked
past.
about so if you look at the entire statement, he's talking about the straight line speed. It's like I've never seen a race car zoom past that fast or something like that. But again, I'm not a technical person by any stretch.
That means he
But
hasn't been in a slow car.
yeah,
Possible.
You
I
can
mean,
take it that way.
it's
See,
not
Hamilton's
possible.
comments are
Like
all
we
like that
know.
only.
Yeah, but
And the fact that I hate about Hamilton fans is this only. So whatever, if I say anything against Hamilton, they'll kind of kill me only. They'll kind of support saying this. Oh, this could be the reason.
oh
That
my
could be the
God,
reason.
listeners, please.
I have
I'm
had
telling you,
enough
Honey
bullshit from
Badger-
Hamilton fans.
Honey Badger is still going to be alive, and if he's not, it's not me who killed him because we're not in the same cities. How dare you
Yeah, and
compare
not
me
me
to
also.
the
Not
cult
me
elements?
also. Hey, come on, not me also.
I
No,
don't
get
have
it.
anything against Hamilton. I just
Yeah,
have
yeah.
I cannot tolerate those fans.
Yeah, no, I get it. But man, like I'm seeing a totally different side of Mercedes and Lewis fans. So apparently, Mercedes put out a reel where they are taking the trophy from Brackley to Aston Martin and like giving it to them. And there is this person who's like a ardent Lewis Hamilton fan. Is like, what is the point of putting out this content? You're sending a wrong message to the fans who want to see the team win and this and that. And I'm like, what? What are you saying? Like, I can't stand those fucking fans who were okay with supporting Mercedes when they were dominant, and now they are like just
Fake fan.
oh my God. I'm like, how
Now
are
they
these
are Red
people
Bull
maintaining
fans.
relationships? No, they are not even Red Bull fans. They're not like, I don't think anybody who's been a Mercedes fan can become a Red Bull fan after 2021. But they just the sheer amount of witch hunting and like they're just going after. What is the social media admin going to do about the car space? Like, if I had the wind tunnel people who actually had the expertise, so what is the social media admin going to do about it? Like, why are you going after that person? I feel bad for the social media admin of Mercedes. Like, you can't put out any content. And also, I don't think it sends out any wrong message. Like, the trophy was supposed to go to Alonso. They literally were able to make that get content because of FIA. FIA is now generating content, social media content for F1 teams. This is what they're doing this year. They have broadened their horizon, and they are not just going to provide content for Netflix. They're also going to let all F1 teams have the opportunity to post good content on their social medias. That is what FIA is going to do. Well, my jokes are not landing today. So let's get to predictions. Anyways, Kramer predicted Max Checo George, fastest lap to Alonso. He said pole sitter wins, at least one rookie DNF, and no points for Williams. So he gets 2 points for those two predictions. Pole sitter and no points for Williams. Shakuni, you predicted Verstappen, Perez, Hamilton, Alonso fastest lap, pole sitter and race winner different, Albon in points, and at least one McLaren in points. I have never been this happy writing a 0 in a prediction.
No worries.
Yeah, Honey Badger, you scored the highest this week. You predicted Verstappen, Perez, Alonso, fastest lap to Stroll, 3 different constructor podium, at least 2 DNFs, and both Alpines in points. So you get 4 for your last 2 predictions and 2 points for Alonso. I predicted Alonso, Verstappen, Leclerc, fastest lap to Alonso, 1 Williams in points, at least 3 DNFs, and McLaren out of points. So I get 3, and I am leading. Cumulatively, I am leading. I am at 8.
Yeah.
Kramer is at 6. Shaguni, you're at 5. Honeybaji, you're at 4. So sorry, but
Great.
amazing. Still a closer battle than what we will see this year. It always is.
And
But
we will have team orders.
no, we will not have team orders. No team orders for us. We're all different teams. Anyways, man. Yeah, I wish I could say can't wait for Australia. The only thing I'm happy about Australia is that the race is going to be in the morning, so I can start drinking early. That's the only good part. And we'll be able to record the podcast in the afternoon itself. So, hey, that's a plus.
Yay.
Anything else to add? Like on a scale of 10, how would you rate this Saudi GP? Yeah, let's start doing that.
5.
Oh, we didn't discuss the most important thing.
Which was?
Papa Perez versus Papa
Yours
Verstappen.
Verstappen. Oh yes. Let's please.
What was that, dude?
Oh my
Wait,
god.
what
that
happened? I don't know this.
expression.
Wait.
Like
So this
literally,
was-
if looks could kill. I mean,
Yeah,
Yours
exactly.
Verstappen was
so
not happy.
what happened was, Shaguni, after the race, the drivers drive into the pit, right? Max didn't come into the pit.
Oh.
He stopped somewhere else, I think. Is it correct?
I don't know. I was concentrating on my
think-
peers, but I don't think. Yeah, I think he did not come into the pit.
I don't
Or
think
at least
Max's
he
car was there.
with the team.
Yeah. So, sorry. They were supposed to stop on the no. Yeah, I think Max's car was absent. He didn't drive into the second position. He just stopped at the pit entry or something like that. So, and Perez, the good thing with Perez is, so all the Aston Martin, the previous racing point where he was in the team, right, for like 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
So what 2 to 3 years? More than 3 years only. So all those mechanics, they came and congratulated Perez on the victory, and later he went to the Red Bull mechanics, and then there was
Yours
he talked to Checo. He talked to Horner, and Horner appreciated him, and then he was going to hug the other mechanics, and there was standing Mr. Jos Verstappen.
Yours Verstappen.
And he was not making an eye. Forget about congratulating him. He wasn't even looking at him, dude.
Like he
was
had
like
an angry face. His hands were crossed, and he was like, "I'm not even going to look at this person. I'm not even going to like celebrate the result for the team. My son did not win, and I am fucking pissed." He had that expression on his face.
He
I was like-
had an expression of anger. What do we say? Anger, poker, and pissed all together
Yes.
combined on his face.
Which is not a very good poker face, but yeah. Yep.
And
Yep,
this
yep,
was
yep.
broadcasted live.
Yes, I was like, smile for the
Yes.
camera. Yes.
And
Smile
we
for the
remember
camera.
Perez celebrating Max Verstappen win in Mexico like hell.
Yeah. Oh, even
my
Papa
God,
Perez.
Papa
Even Papa
Perez is
Perez.
so cute.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about Papa Perez only.
Yeah. Oh man, Papa Perez is like,
The sheer contrast between the two camps.
yeah, and I mean, but then the thing is that you see it in the Suns as well, right?
Yeah.
Like, I would much rather. I was talking to when we were at the watch along. I was going out, so it was like there was a lot of and this is something that made me actually genuinely happy. Okay, so this place had the watch along, and there were like so many people who had just come to watch the race, and I was like, yeah, man, genuinely nice. Like usually the thing is that you go for a cricket or even football to an extent, you will still have a lot of people, but even like for this F1 race, I would not say it was at par with what cricket and football would get, but it was still encouraging. So I was like really happy. And so we were standing at the outside area. We were consuming some nicotine. I don't want to say the word out loud. Anyways, so we were doing that, and this two guys and this girl comes and they join us, and I was wearing my Vettel t-shirt, so they knew that I was at least a Formula One fan, and I was also like trying to look at the screen, and this guy happened to be a Mercedes fan. We cried and held each other for a little while. The girl comes and she's like, I'm a Red Bull fan, but I support Sergio Perez. I was like, yes, fucking yes, I can get behind that. If you're a Red Bull fan and you support Sergio Perez, I don't have a problem with you. But fucking Max Verstappen, dude. And like yours Verstappen's expression, oh my god. I was like, yeah, I'd much rather be an orphan than be his kid. Like,
I just sent it in our group.
Oh man. Yeah,
I saw
Shakuni, you
it, I
have
saw
to
it.
look at
Yeah,
it.
I saw, man. He looks so pissed. What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
You have to watch the video. It
Yeah.
was like 10 times more poker and pissed face than this in the video.
Yeah, this is just a screenshot of one time, but like the entire video is
Exactly.
going to give you the the amount of hatred that Jos Verstappen has, and he's like literally failing to hide.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Oh, God.
And we forgot one more thing as well.
which is
Aston Martin giving FIA the list of
Oh, yeah,
the
that's image.
instances where they have breached,
yeah.
where that have touched the car.
Aston Martin was like, oh, FIA, did you know that you're fucking incompetent? Here is a list, and this is just from like last race. Here is where you're
Oh
fucked
my
up.
God.
If you want us to go even further back, yeah, we will. But I'm just saying, save yourself some embarrassment and give us our trophy back. Fucking pieces of shit.
There was a good meme which I saw. How Aston Martin came up with the list of the 7 instances.
Yeah, they called Vettel.
And they called Vettel.
And Vettel's like, guys, for the last time, I don't want to come and drive in place of Stroll. But like, no, we don't want to ask you that. Can you tell us at every instance where this happened? I was like, okay, do you have a pen and paper? It's like the funniest thing because, oh man, do I miss Vettel.
Wow.
Can you imagine Vettel and Alonso in the same team in that Aston Martin, man? Fuck, what a championship battle we would have had.
Red Bull won't win the constructor.
Yeah,
for sure. May win the drivers, but they won't win the constructor for sure.
That is defo.
If
But like
Vettel and Alonso were there.
Vettel and Alonso.
I mean, both of them don't have anything to prove. They'll just drive for.
They'll just do what they do best.
Exactly.
Like, just do that.
They'll just create a value for this Aston team to make it bigger and put it on the top. That's it.
Yeah. Can I just say, I've never hated Stroll for staying in the sport more because I'm like, I want Vettel in I want to like believe that the parallel universe theory is real and there is a parallel universe that exists in which Vettel does not retire, but Stroll is the one who gets out of the team and Alonso joins that team, and then we have this battle. Oh my god, I would give anything to go into that universe and just watch that fucking season. I'll just download everything and bring it and we'll binge watch it. It'll be so much fun.
Yep.
But anyways, man, I have to edit this, so I'm done talking about this. Fucking Australia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's hope Melbourne will be good this time.
Yeah,
Last time it was fun.
Was it though?
It was good.
No,
Decent.
I was just excited. I was excited that we were going to Australia after so long. But other than that, I was like, But it was only because Carlos and Max were like, they had a oopsie days. But other than that, it was a pretty standard race. I mean, I'm saying this as a Mercedes fan. Honey Badger, of course, for you, it was decent because it was when Ferrari was winning.
What? Ferrari won?
Ferrari,
Okay.
Ferrari
Science
won the
DNF,
race.
but
Science DNF. Charles won Australia, right?
Yeah. Charles won. I think
Yeah.
that's the last one.
Was it? No, come on.
Yeah.
Science won
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Silverstone.
But yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I lost track
And
of
Austria.
2022 already.
Austria, Charles won, I think, main race, not the sprint, but the main race. And then Sainz won in Silverstone. And yeah, I don't think second half there was any victory for Ferrari. It was between Max and Checo only. Except Brazil was George. So yeah. And I may be misremembering. You want me to go into the data and see. So yeah, he won Austria. Yeah. So like I said, I think after Austria it was just Red Bull. And then one victory to George in Brazil. And one victory to Checo in Singapore. Everything else was Max. So yeah. Anyways, we are done. Next weekend will be Australia, and yeah, Daniel Ricciardo's home race in which he will not be racing. But
After so long time.
yeah, it's sad, man. But it's okay. He wanted the break. He got the break. It's fine. I get it.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Thank you for joining, guys, and thank you everybody for listening. If you like the episode, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you have any feedback for us, or if you want us to cover anything, or if you want to be part of the podcast, write to us at overthecupodcast@gmail.com. We know we say we are going to start posting on Insta and Twitter. Trust me, we are working on it. We just, that last bit of laziness has to go. We are very close. We are very, very, very close. But you can also reach out to us on our Instagram and Twitter. They might look like we don't use it, but we do. It's it's Over the Curb Pod at Twitter, on Twitter, and Over the Curb Podcast on Instagram. Until Australia, man. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, recording.